Hey everybody, welcome into this new video. In today's tutorial, let's take a look into how to actually sell your stuff into Fiverr. So this great application works for the perfect freelancers who want to provide their own services for a business, for a client, for whoever you want it to. So I'm going to be showing you how we can do that into Fiverr without having to have too much competition, because it's really important to take a look into how many people are doing what you do and what kind of content they submit in order to get hired. So the very first thing you want to do is to click into the fiverr.com. I'm going to leave you guys a link down below in the description. So you might be earning a few dollars just by signing up. I might tell you that. So what I want to do now is to hit into the option that says join, or you want to choose the option that says try with an email. In my case, I wanted to try with an email here and hit into continue. In my case, I wanted to try with a new email and hit into continue. Now, once you have created an account, it's going to be just really easy to provide your information as well as your phone number, your first, your last name. You want to provide a course, your skills, your education, everything. You want to fill that as much as you can. Now what is next to be done, what I want to do is to close this tab. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to type into my profile. So I want you guys to see how it's going to be looking my actual display name. As you can see, I have some active gigs. This one of course looks as paused. And here I'm going to hit into got it. Now I'm going to scroll a little bit down, and as you can see, we have the learned from Fiverr. Now, learned from Fiverr is going to be helping us to boost our sales, so we can earn a few batches. And going to be like a little bit more popular inside the Fiverr app, and people can be like, we are making them know that we know how to do our work. That's the reason why I wanted to earn a few batches and stand out from most of the actual freelancers that are out there. So let's say that I wanted to learn, or I wanted to prove that I know a lot about Photoshop. So I click there, and I have some online courses here. So I just need to choose a program, for example, the Adobe Photoshop Fundamentals. I go to the course page, and then I can just master that, and then later on I can prove that I actually finished that and I know everything I need to know about Photoshop. So if you actually know what you wanted to provide to Fiverr, I mean, this is like one step closer to get started by today. But first of all, you wanted to figure out what these other Fiverrs are doing inside the actual application. So what I want to do is to change from seller into buying account. So what I want to do is to look out for a few freelancers that do actually my job, my kind of my job. So let's go into the graphic and design. I'm gonna click there. And here, as you can see, we have some illustrations, minimalistic website design, architecture, AI assist. I wanted to look for image editing, for example, this one. Or let's say that I'm starting to work with some profile pictures for social media stuff. So I choose social media images, for example. Now, as you can see, I will design YouTube, Twitch avatars. I will draw a social media avatar website profile. I will create a custom cartoon profile pic for you. So as you can see, all of these elements, all of these guys work into one specific niche, but all of them have custom gigs. So what you want to do is to try to look for something a little bit more accurate. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to be focused into the profile picture creation, but only speaking about YouTube. So let's go and scroll all our way up. Let's go for YouTube. Now with this result, as you can see, I have more than 7,517 services available. So that means that there's really a huge competition. But I think it's not that bad. Speaking about 7,000, because if I look for something, let's say popular gigs, for example, let's go for web designer, because web designer, it's like really a mind-blowing service that everybody's looking for. So as you can see, into the web designer, we have 17,000 services available. It's almost 18,000. So it's really a lot of competitions. What you wanted to do is try to look out for something that is inside your niche, but you want to be a little bit more specific, so you don't have to deal with 17,000 people. For example, let's go for YouTube banner and logo. So I'm going to choose that option, and I have 28,000 services available. So you wanted to look out for something much more different than that. Now take a look into this specific gig. I looked out for the actual Spanish voiceover services, and there are more than 1,000 services available. So I think this one can be a little bit like great for us. So now that I have found a niche, what I want to do is to figure out what does the freelancers do inside the actual Fiverr. So as you can see, we have some Fiverr shows. Let's click into that. And here, as you can see, this gig says I will record a professional Spanish main voice over in Castilian, Spanish, and Let Amped. So as you can see, I have these other options. What I can do is to click into play to figure out what is the actual voice. How does this guy does the job?
Habrá que hacerse una foto, ¿no? Habrá que hacerse una foto, ¿no?
So as you can see, this guy has a really great quality, and this guy is like telling us that this guy actually do the actual job. So that's really important, guys, for us. So as you can see here in the about this gig, it has the description about who is this guy, who is this work for, what did this guy do, and what we can do in order to make the contract with this guy. So once you have like an idea of how you can get started with your custom personal gig, what I want to do is now to start creating my own. So let's go into switch to selling, and what I want to do is not try to emulate, but I want to do like my own. I wanted to go into my business, into my gigs, and inside here I wanted to create a new gig. So it says I'm going to type for, let's say for example, provide. Here what you wanted to do is to add as much keywords as you totally can, because this is how people is going to be finding your actual gig. So here we looked for Spanish voiceover. So I'm going to type for your projects. Have something just perfect, solid and small. Now into the category you want to look out for music and audio voiceover. So music and audio voiceover. I think the language I'm going to type for Spanish. Let's go for Latin America. And then we have the search tags. Here into the search tags, I wanted to look once again. I wanted to enter the search terms we feel we can get inside the actual service. So let's go for voice. Now here you want to be a little bit more specific here. So we can provide our voice. Specifically speaking about this example, we can provide our voice for a podcast, for a phone system device, for a radio, for TV, for the video game, for meditation, animation, YouTube, other. So you wanted to just look out for just 3 ideas. You wanted to be as much precise as you can. You don't want to be too broad, because if you're saying that you are just providing information or you can edit stuff for social media, yes, but you wanted to, let's say, only work for Twitch, only work for YouTube, only work for whatever you wanted to. So here into the description, you want to briefly describe what you do, how you can provide the most important information about your gig, and some frequently asked questions and answers to the most commonly. Like for example, do you do some voiceover about something else? Can we talk about and we can adjust our price? So that you want to add all of that into the actual description of the Fiverr. And lastly, you have these options as success begins with a great image. So I wanted to kill into the X mark, and now we have the gallery. So here into the gallery, what you wanted to do, of course, since you have shows, of course, a voiceover, I want to add a few best audio work when looking for my own service. Of course, I have a few images that I need to add, a few documents, of course, and I can add a video. So it's really, really important to capture the buyer's attention with a video that showcases our services, which I think is really, really important. So I wanted to drag and drop a few videos, something that I can just drag really attention for the people, so for the client, so they can just create that engagement and increase my production quality. So lastly, let's get into publish my gig, and now I'm ready to start open for my actual business. So I can go back into my save and preview, and this is how it's going to be looking our actual gig. So it's really, really important that now we can specify, we have specified our niche. We wanted to provide as much information as we can, and we want people to really, really engage with our actual content. So it's really, really important, guys, that you get started and try to look for something really, really accurate for your thumbnails, for your images, for your audio. Provide the best work you have done so far as a freelancer, and then you're actually from on the other side of the actual page. So with that being said, guys, this is how we can get started by selling our own custom projects and of course freelancer services here into the Fiverr. So just in case you have any question, you can leave it down below in the comment section. Now don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys, if you want to see more amazing tools here into Fiverr. Thank you so much for watching the video. Good luck out there, and hopefully I will see you next time.